just running just for ages.
Hi, I'm Alfie Allen.
And I'm Shazad Latif.
And these are our
Film First
with BAFTA. The first character that I was obsessed with, I don't know, I'm gonna have to just go back and say Terminator 2. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2, it was just like, whoa, who is this guy? And John Connor, you know, just that kind of duo.
Wolfie's dead? It's just that's so, it's so good. That theme tune as well, that's the best theme tune. That's too good.
Also the most emotional thumbs up.
Oh yeah, amazing. That was brilliant.
First character I was obsessed with from film or TV. Yeah, like Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man, for some reason, his style in that film was just so, I was quite obsessed with that. Big Trouble in Little China, Wang, I used to, because me and my friend used to, and Kurt Russell and from Big Trouble in Little China, we would play both parts. Weirdly, Leonardo DiCaprio from Romeo and Juliet, I would try and reenact those scenes. Juliet! You know, like just practice that. Yeah, one of the first films I remember seeing, apart from probably one of the Disney ones, was, I watched Elephant Man with my parents, but I was so scared, the David Lynch one, that I hid under the cover for the whole movie, so I didn't really watch it, but I watched it sort of through the gap. That was just one of the first memories I have of watching a whole film the whole way through.
The old school animated Robin Hood.
Yes, and that. Yeah, sorry, I'll join you with that.
The foxes.
Yes, yeah, well, Robin Hood was the fox.
Little John.
What was the first film or TV show you watched at a young age that you definitely should not have seen?
Terminator 2.
Casino. I remember the baseball bat scene with Joe Pesci. I was like, why is my dad letting me watch this? This is mental. I was like 6. First film or TV show I was obsessed with. X-Men cartoon, I remember being pretty obsessed with Saturday mornings. That was, yeah. Just running just for ages. And then film, obsessed. Dumb and Dumber maybe, or the early one, Demolition Man or something. Kickboxer, maybe Man. Kickboxer Van Damme, like all the early action stuff.
First film I was obsessed with that I watched over and over again. I mean, it's such a basic answer, but it's Shawshank Redemption. When I watched that movie, I was just like, wow. And in terms of storytelling and performances, it was just like, wow.
I used to get the posters of it from Camden Town. You just new posters from Camden Town and Shawshank, the Shawshank Ray.
It's just a great one. And
Remember Red.
What's it? Sowetaneo. And then TV show is The Wire. You know, I remember before the age of streaming, you know, you had to kind of sort of find who had a box set of The Wire, and
where's the Series 3 disc? Who stole my disc?
Exactly. So it was, The Wire.
First thing I ever acted in. Me and my friend Louis used to make home movies. Louis Lloyd Platt, yeah. I know, yeah. Who was Trigger from Only Fools and Horses' son. So he was an amazing actor.
I can't believe you just said that. That's so funny.
No, because that's because he's a comic genius. That's why Louis should have done it. So we would always make home movies. Just mad little. We made a movie about a cannibal once. We did some crazy stuff. But Romeo and Juliet, he played Mercutio, I played Romeo. And a girl called City Motion played Benvolio, and we had to audition for it. We had to do the balcony scene and improvise it at 8 years old. So that was the first time I went, oh, this is mad, and had a pair of tights on. Yeah.
I would take part in the Tabernacle Pantomime it was my first experience of kind of being on stage and knowing, oh, I enjoy this, I like this, I don't mind the kind of the crowd. And what was I think I was playing a frog similarly in tights.
It's always tights.
So it was that was my first experience of being on stage.
The first film that reduced me to tears or affected me in a deep way was probably Shawshank and Romeo and Juliet, because it's around the 97s, I'm sure, where I started taking films in like properly, around 10 years old, that kind of, and maybe one of the Disneys, I'm not sure, did I cry that? Maybe Lion King when Mufasa dies, probably.
Yeah, I would go with that actually as well. I would say Shawshank, and I wouldn't have actually said it, but now you said it. I do remember, that whole kind of sequence in Lion King when Mufasa dies. It's like, I remember being like, Dad? Yeah. Dad? Simba.
He's alive. Oh.
No, that was the memory.
Oh, yes. First quote or moment that resonated with me. Again, some reason Romeo and Juliet was a big part of that age, around 10, 11, but just watching Pete Postlethwaite in that as well, and just the bit from when they don't get the letter and like sort of getting that as a young, and because I'd done the play as an 8-year-old, you know, that was really resonating. So really, it's Shakespeare. Bethesda.
Terminator 2. I'll be back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do I remember the first line I said in the film or TV? I think my first job was Spooks. I fall off a bike, and I say something about the crash. What was that? Well, yeah, something about falling off the bike that was close, or something like that. And what a beautiful day in my Romeo and Juliet in year 4. What a beautiful day! Like as a little 8-year-old, you know, that kind of thing. We changed the script. It wasn't Shakespeare. We year 4'd it, you know.
I can't remember. I really don't know. I'd just be making it up if I said that.
The Tabernacle Pantomine?
No. Oh, but wasn't it film and TV?
Oh yeah,
film and TV?
Yeah.
Unless you remember the pantomime.
I can't remember.
What about the Shaker Kapoor? You were in them.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth. Yes, I was trying to remember what that line was, but I can't remember for the life of me. I'm sorry.
Or do you have a favourite line that you've said, or that people often say back to you?
I do. I can't remember what those.
I do have a favourite. I do have a catchphrase line from Toast to London. But I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to give it to. I'm not going to give it to him. First days on the set on location of Atomic was.
My first day was the massive stunt that you see in the first 30 seconds of Atomic, and so I was, it was great. I just kind of got that huge stunt out the way, but it's a great way to start the episode with this huge stunt sequence that happens in the car when you see me straight away.
Yeah, mine was the same. It was just after that sequence. We followed it on, shot it chronologically at the start. We were in the middle of the desert. Yeah,
we were. Yeah,
about an hour from Marrakesh.
Yeah. So my first reaction to when I read the ending of Theon in the Game of Thrones was finally. No, I don't know. I would say it was just like, it was a good way to end it, you know, it really was. And I was just glad that it kind of ended with Bran, because he's actually the character that I kind of started. I remember doing my first day on set for Game of Thrones, and he was the first. It might not be in the story, but in terms of the way we shot it, because I think we started with episode 3 or 4, I can't remember, but that I kind of started it with Bran and then ended it with Bran, who was played by Isaac Hempstead Wright. So that was great. That I was like, oh, good, I get to kind of tail end it like that.
What was your first reaction to reading the script for Wuthering Heights?
Wow, my first reaction was wow, how smart Emerald is, and her take, and how exciting. And I'm very excited about that. Yeah, I'm very excited for people to see it. The first film I saw that sort of inspired me to do it.
Yeah, it's like, for me, I mean, I was thinking about sort of stuff that I saw when I was younger, not too long ago, and what, the kind of characters in it that resonated with me. And one film I really did enjoy watching when I was a kid was East is East, and the performances in that, of the kid in it and the father.
I can't say it.
On Puri, man.
Yeah,
he
on
was
Puri.
just like, in terms of this man that's just, terrifying guy, but then at the heart of him, there's something that you empathize with him about him. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, for me, I would say, the performances in that just kind of made me question, made me question myself.
Yeah, I think it was watching all of the films I loved as a kid to sort of inspire me. It made me feel weirdly part of the world. That's why I love cinema. It just made me, from where I was growing up, anytime I put on a movie, I felt part of the world. I understood the world more. That would be where I'd learn my life lessons, weirdly, whether that be good or bad. And that's what sort of made me want to do it. But yeah,